All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 740 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. Talk some more Falcons today. I feel that the Falcons could make a statement if they decide to move up in the draft. And I think they should move up to the number one spot. I think that the way things are going in Chicago, they're probably going to keep Justin Fields, which is, it's not a bad move. If you look at number two, I think they're going to go quarterback in Washington. Number three, I think the third pick is the Patriots, I think. Yeah, I think the Patriots, they're probably going to go quarterback as well. And if you're looking at the fourth and fifth pick, looks good because those teams got their quarterbacks. But to make sure you get who you want, you may want to move up to number one. That moving up number one is an excellent move. I highly think that this is something that the team should do with or without a coach. And I think if they do it, it will be an awesome, awesome look for the coach they're trying to bring in. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I could be found on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. I shout out to you guys for rocking with me. We're up to over 1,500 subscribers on YouTube. We're moving the needle on the podcast avenue. I see there's over 70% of people listening to the show on Apple. So if you don't mind, if you haven't already, give me a 5-star rating on that Apple podcast. And don't forget to hit the like button on the YouTube side of things as well, because that helps the show grow and get into the algorithm so other people can check out the show. Also, I could be found on Twitter at or X at VF Baller. The website is firstandframerates.com. If you want to donate to the show, CashApp and PayPal links are below, and that will be much appreciated as well. And let's just jump into this. If you have a coach coming in, before you even think about bringing the coach in, I think this is something that needs to be on the table. And that would let any coach know that, hey, you come here, you're going to get the pick of the 2024 NFL draft. You're going to be able to pick anybody you want, preferably be a quarterback, and because you're going to have the number one pick. We're going to talk to the Chicago Bears and try to move up. They can get the 8th pick. They can get the 2nd round pick for this year, and they can get the 1st and 2nd for next year as well. Hell, maybe if you want to, spice it up a little bit, give them the 1st, 2nd, and 5th for this year, 1st, 2nd, and 4th, and give them a 1st for next year. Something like that to where it would make sense, because there's a lot of quarterbacks coming out of this draft, and a good bit of them are really good. And if the Falcons want to make a statement and let people know that we're serious with all this turmoil going on, and let coaches know that we're serious, you go up there and get the quarterback that you want. You get the quarterback, get the best quarterback that's in this draft, whether it be Caleb Williams, Drake May, whether it be Jaden Daniels. You got Michael Penix still there, Bo Nix. It don't matter. Whoever you think is a good quarterback, the quarterback that will fit this scheme of whatever coach comes in, you should go out and make that move. And this is another thing. When you move, if you tell the coach that's coming in that you want to get that number one pick, you want to tell them that you want to move up to get that pick, that coach is going to get a chance to pick the quarterback that he wants. Now, I understand that there's a lot of controversy right now about, Rich McKay, and he's making decisions, and Terry Fontenot's not doing this, that, and the third. I get it. And that may still be a factor. But regardless, even if they still working that way, the best thing to do for them with this team is to move up to number one and go ahead and get the quarterback that they want. It's just, you really are a quarterback away of being very competitive in the NFL. You have to understand, even with bad play calling, not the best coaching, and terrible quarterback play, you were still in pretty much every game in this for the last 3 seasons. I think we really got blown out. Obviously the Saints game just passed, the Bears game, those games were like, it looked like we laid down. You look at some other games last year, the Bengals game, I think it was the Dallas game or something like that. Oh, excuse me. There was a lot of things going on with that where we pretty much lost control of a game maybe 4, maybe 5 times in 3 years. I mean, you're talking about 5 times in over 48 games, 45 plus games. That's actually pretty good. That just goes to show you that this team was really competitive throughout this entire ordeal with Coach Arthur Smith. You get good quarterback play whether it be a veteran or a rookie or anybody who just don't turn the ball over, you win this division. And you can make the case you could have done that 3 years in a row. And I know Matt Ryan was it for the first year. I get it. We went 7-10. Yeah, that's a little shaky. I don't think turnovers was a real issue. Quarterback wasn't an issue that time, the first year. But the last two, I mean, that's exactly what it was. You're looking at a situation where Mariota just could not get out of his way. And Desmond Ridder just could not stop throwing the ball to the other team. So it was a situation where it's a situation where you gotta get this guy. You gotta get the person that you need. And I mean, that's just how it's gonna be at this point. It's just how it is. You've been through so much trying to get this franchise right. The last 3 years have been crazy. Even under Matt Ryan, we were just so close. And we're about to be in a situation where we're gonna be in quarterback purgatory for the next maybe 5, 6, 7 years. We're going to be sitting around here looking like the New York Jets or something if you don't make this move, because being at number 8 is not guaranteed. It is something that we need as an organization. It's something that they need. They need to move this team up to number 1. And the more I think about it, it has to be a priority at this point. It has to be. It's a selling point for the coaches or whoever coach you're trying to bring in. They basically going to have that level of control, because we know how the level of control is in the Falcons organization. But we already talked about that. Not going to go there again. But when you're looking at this situation, it is at the point where we're going to have to try really hard to make that move. We're probably going to be giving up some picks, and we may not be able to be we may not draft again until like the 3rd round. But look at all the pieces that we have. Look at all the pieces. You can get you a number 2 receiver in free agency. We might not even be able to get a decent, bona fide, solidified pass rusher unless we find a diamond in the rough, which, to be honest, those aren't that hard to find. It's not as hard as they make it seem. I mean, Zach Harrison looks pretty good. Arnold Ebiketie looks pretty good now. So it's not that hard. You can find guys who have a motor that can get to the quarterback. Can you find a bona fide one? Now that's a different story. But can you find some adequate ones? Well, I just named a couple right now. So outside of those two positions, the pass rush and the quarterback position, we need somebody. I want to bank on the quarterback, because the quarterback is going to make this team have an identity. It's going to make the team have a sense of relevance, and it's basically going to make or break us. So with that being said, this team needs to make that move. They need to go ahead and try to get the number 1. Go ahead and do that and pick the quarterback, whether it be Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May. It has to be done at this point, because now we're looking at a situation where people are already looking at us as the laughing stock of the NFL. We're the only NFL team. We're the only NFL team without a Super Bowl or something like that. I want to say that we're wrong, because not the Super Bowl, but some form of championship, because I think the Lions even have some type of championship. Jets won Super Bowl 3. The Texans. Yeah, the Texans. I just thought about that. Texans don't have a Super Bowl. But nevertheless, but you know what I mean. We need to, this team is too close talent-wise. And I still have a reserve situation. I still feel kind of iffy about the whole situation with the front office. But I will say that this team is close. They need to go ahead and make that move. It would be an excellent move. I'm not a big, like I said, as far as quarterbacks go, I don't think you can go wrong with Williams, Daniels, or Drake May. Michael Penix, I think he's okay too. I don't think he's going to be the guy. I could be wrong, but even if we do pick him up, it's not a bad deal either. So Bo Nix is the wild card, but you got 5 quarterbacks right there. 5. Go up to number 1, evaluate all 5, and see, find a coach, let him, evaluate all 5 and figure out which one to fix his scheme, and probably have him starting day 1. So I think that's the best move right there. So I'm going to get out of here. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think. I can be found on YouTube and Rumble, also on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. If you want to follow me on X or Twitter, it's VF Baller. The website is firstandframerates.com. Cash App and PayPal links are below if you want to promote or donate to the show. You can promote the show by hitting the like button and sharing it and letting people know what we're doing over here. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoy your morning. I hope everything goes well for you and be prosperous. I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all take it easy and y'all be blessed. Peace.